G'day friends, and welcome to our celebration mini catalogue fun day. I'm so glad you could join us. If you can't join us, the recordings will be available in our group, and you can watch them whenever you want to. They'll be there forever anyhow, so it's up to you. We do ask that if you do create any projects, could you please upload them to the appropriate make and take album, only because it makes it easier for us to find and comment. Otherwise, they may get lost in the feed, and then you'll be wondering why we haven't commented. So before I start, I'd like to thank the other demos, Annette, who hails from Canada, Bron, who's Queensland, lives on the sunny coast, Monica from Queensland and lives just up from me, about an hour or so, at Bargara, Robbie, who is from the US, and Sharon, who lives at Gagango, Queensland, just outside Rockhampton. So thank you, girls. It's much appreciated. And I can't wait to see what you've created. So, yeah, we haven't had a sneak peek either, so we're all in the same boat. Okay, so let's get on with today. So today, throughout all my projects, I'm going to be using the Friendly Hello stamp set and the matching Friendly Hello DSP from the Level 2 celebration. I love the papers. This is all the papers I've got left. I've used them all, and I love the stamp set. Plus, at the moment, we couldn't really get much at the time of our pre-order, but that's okay. It happens, and we're better off than a lot of other companies. Okay, so in saying that, this is the card that we're going to be using. Creating, I should say. Sorry about the glare. I've put it in a cello bag. So this is our card. Now, I have made one or two changes, but that's okay. The measurements that you were given will still work out. I've only made the changes because I'm actually going to change our papers around, just to give you a couple of different looks. Okie dokie. So we'll grab our kit and we'll start creating. So, as I said, I'm actually using a different paper. It's still from the same pack, but I'm going to be using this side, I think. Yeah, this side. And I wanted it to stand out a little bit. I think that's the side I was using. Doesn't matter anyhow. I'm going to add a little bit of black, just a strip of black cardstock. Okay. You'll see how it'll all come together in a minute, but I'll just give you a couple of different options on how to achieve using basically the same supplies, but achieving two different looks. So we're just going to stick that to that piece of basic black with little bits showing along the top. Then we're going to grab our scissors and we're just going to trim that off. Okay, so that will sit like that. Well, I don't know why I trimmed it off because it's too long anyhow. But before we do that, what we're actually going to do is we're going to grab our die cut shape, which is from basic white, and it's using the Tasteful labels, and it's that one there. I use this a lot, these dies. I love them. I love the shapes, and they just seem to go with everything. So what we're actually going to do is temporarily place our shape about where you want it. So I'm just going to place that there and about there. Okay. Then we're going to grab our stamps, and we're going to we'll do our black one first. Okay. We're going to grab our Memento and one of the smaller cluster of flowers. I don't know what they were called. I'm no good at flowers. And I'm actually just going to randomly stamp our flower, our little cluster of flowers, just like that. It doesn't matter if you can just see one or two when we put it together. It's just, it'll just fill up a little bit of space, just like that. Then once we finish that, we're then going to come in with our pool party. And we're basically going to do the same, but with the flowers, the bigger flowers. Again, I don't know the names of them, so I can't tell you what they are. Just like that. And again, I'm just randomly stamping the flowers. Now, if I might just do one more here. If you don't have enough, you can always come back and fill it in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add this piece to the bottom of our stamped basic white, making sure it's nice and straight along the top bottom, just like that. Now, you won't have the extra piece, so just just adhere that piece to the bottom of the stamped cardstock. Okay. And I'm just going to trim that off, throw that in the bin. And that is our basic card. Okie dokie. Now, on the original, I had black cord. It has retired, and I can't find. I have some still left, but for the life of me, I can't find it. So I've obviously put it in a safe spot, so safe that even I can't find it. So what we're going to do is I've just grabbed some Pool Party shear, and I'm just going to tie a bow just like that. Just tiddly it up a bit. And I'm going to trim that down a little bit. My scissors. And while I'm there, I'll trim a little bit off this side too. Then what we're going to do is grab a little bit of tape, and we're going to grab the excess of the ribbon, just like that. So I'm just going to grab some tape. Now, because I'm using tape, I'm actually going to put this across like that. And I'm not going to see the tape on the ribbon on the tape. And I'm just going to... I'd like to apologise if it's a little bit dark. I don't have the best lights in this room. I have extra lights on, and it still doesn't work properly. I'm just waiting on an electrician, but that's like asking for gold at the moment. Okay. And I'm just going to put that along the top. Don't press it down too much because you will press it down onto this paper and you won't be able to get it unstuck. I'll just trim that little bit off. You could use mini glue dots if you wanted to, but that's just going to go like that. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick this piece just bear with me. It's a little bit better, but it's not much. I just switched another light on. That doesn't fit, does it? Seems a bit too big. Just bear with me. Sorry. I'm still here. I'm just getting some cardstock. Usually I have a couple of pieces, but we'll see how we go here. Obviously, I think I've used the wrong piece of basic white. That's okay. Okay, then what we're going to do, I had 2 different sizes of basic white in my kit, so that's what I've done. I picked the wrong size up, but that's okay. Then we're going to grab our base card, which is the pool party, and we're just going to put it around there. Get rid of that black. And that is basis of our base card. Then we're going to bring in our die cut shape. Okay. And before we stamp that, we're actually going to randomly stamp the dotty image, the splatter image, around this shape. And I'm just rotating the image a little bit each time I stamp. Just like that. Okay. Once we're done that, we're going to bring in our Memento. Now, you can use your Stamparatus if you like, but I'm just going to ink this up really well. And that looks pretty good to me. Making sure I've got this nice and straight. And I'm just going to stamp it over the top of the splatter. Sorry if I'm shaking that and the phone's wobbling. And that's it there. Okay. Then we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals, which now centre. Yep. So we're just going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Now we have about 8 projects to share with you today, so it's a pretty pretty full-on day, and they'll be spaced out about an hour apart. So hopefully, don't panic if you don't get time to create in between, because as there is no time limit. Okay, it's just when you get the time. So all we're going to do now is put this over here like that. And what I'm going to do is just stamp one extra flower over that, like that. And you could do the same. If you find that it's going to cover your images, just stamp them again and just bring it out a little bit higher. That's all. So that's what I've done there. Then what we're going to do is grab a mini glue dot and our bow that we created to begin at the beginning. With our ribbon. And we're just going to stick that just there. And I might trim this off a little bit again. Just like that. And to finish it off, now I used the opal rounds on here, but I just found out that I don't have any left. So I'm actually going to use the matte dots, the black ones, and we're going to randomly scatter them around the card front. Just like that. And that is our very first make and take. So that's the original one. And then this is the second one. I like this one better, but everyone's different. So thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to see what you create. Okay, thanks, and see you soon. See ya. All right.